Hey, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD Podcast. We want to thank our partners before we get going. We Coach, the Florida Coaches Coalition, the Global Community of Women in High School Sports, and Vital Signs Wall of Fame. These are four great organizations. You should add them to your network. And now, let's hear from our podcast sponsors. Don't hit that fast forward button. Stay with us for 3 minutes. Here we go. We want to thank Gipper for their support of the podcast. Gipper's the official social media graphics solution for the Educational AD Podcast. And if you go to Gipper.com, they're going to show you how to create custom content for your school's social media channel. Celebrate your athletes, promote your teams. Go to Gipper.com. We also want to thank Huddle. Go to Huddle.com. Change the way you see the game. Huddle is going to provide your teams, your coaches, your student athletes, the tools that they need to compete at the highest level. It's going to be a complete solution. At Huddle, we believe in sports and teams believe in Huddle. Join the 6 million users. Turn your school into a Huddle school. We also want to thank HomeTown Ticketing, the leading digital ticketing provider to schools and colleges. Go to hometownticketing.com. They're not only going to show you how to sell your tickets online, but they're going to provide a dedicated client success manager to give you hands-on support. You can find it all and get started at hometownticketing.com. Simple and easy online ticketing. We want to say thanks to the good folks at Snap Mobile. Go to snapraise.com. That's snapraise.com. Check out their entire suite of platforms. Whether you need to set up a school store, find sponsors, connect with your parents, or start a fundraiser, go to snapraise.com. That's snapraise.com. We also want to say thanks to Home Campus. Home Campus is the exclusive social media platform for the Educational AD Podcast. As an athletic director, I used Home Campus every single day, and it was just fantastic. You're going to enjoy it too. Budgeting, scheduling, networking, you'll find it all at homecampus.com. That's homecampus.com. We also want to thank Wall of Fame by Vital Signs. Go to their website, check out their interactive touchscreen video consoles that allow you to recognize your students, both past and present, and their proudest moments. That's vitalsignswalloffame.com. We want to say thanks to District 1, that's WON.com. And you're going to feel like you've won when you check out their custom uniforms, their super fast shipping, and their one-at-a-time replacement options. You'll never have to order a full set again when you just need to order one or two replacements. Go to District1, WON.com, click on the Team Gear button, and get a free quote. That's District1.com. We want to thank Sideline Interactive indoor score tables and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com, schedule a live web demo, see their tables and their boards in action. That's sidelineinteractive.com. Check them out today. And we want to thank Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. Athletic surveys allow you to take the pulse of your parents and your student athletes. Athletic directors usually only hear from the complainers, the gripers, and that's only about 2%. Athletic surveys will connect you with the 2%, but they'll also connect you with the 98% that love and support your program. Go to athleticsurveys.com. Check them out today. athleticsurveys.com. Hey, welcome back, everyone, to another segment of Tech Tuesday on the Educational AD Podcast. We've got a very interesting guest today. As you know, HomeTown Ticketing is one of our sponsors. You've heard me say many times, I only have sponsors from companies or organizations that I used personally as a head football coach or as an athletic director, with one exception. And that exception is HomeTown. And the reason I didn't use HomeTown is because I was retiring right after COVID, as online ticketing and HomeTown were really coming into vogue. But I've spoken to athletic directors across the country who swear by HomeTown ticketing, and we're very fortunate today to have the CEO of Hometown Ticketing, Mr. Matt Davis, as our guest. Matt, welcome to Tech Tuesday.
Thank you, Jake. And I am so sad for you that you didn't have the opportunity to use us, but I'm sure you will make it through and be successful otherwise. But again, thank you for having me.
Again, you can feel my pain. Well, um, let's go and jump right into it. There's a lot of athletic directors have a lot of options when it comes to
Yes.
online ticketing. Go ahead and share with that, cranky old athletic director like me who might be listening, what's special about hometown ticketing? Why should they call you guys up?
Right. Well, so I'm a relatively new CEO. I've been here now for just about a year. But while I'm new, I have already adopted the culture that we have, which is all about putting the athletic director, the assistant of the athletic director that probably is doing the work that keeps that cranky AD from being crankier. And quite frankly, the schools and the teams and ultimately serving the kids, right? Our job is to make their lives better so we can do what we do. And that's who we are. And we are every single day asking ourselves the question, are we living up to that promise for our existing partners? And what can we do better for our future partners? We are in a wonderfully competitive landscape. You talked about it. There are lots of different ticketing providers out there that want to be your partner. And so we have to be on our toes, right? Just like the teams that you guys are helping flourish, we've got to get better every day. And I love the competition because it holds us accountable. But our goal is to be the best for you guys.
Let's go and talk about, for me, an elephant in the room. Um, when someone goes to hometownticketing.com, there's a little banner that pops up that says Hometown has recently acquired Ticket Spicket. And I know some ADs that have used Ticket Spicket in the past. Now that they are, let's say, under the Hometown flag or banner, how do the two platforms move forward? Is it going to be one platform? I guess I'm ambushing you here. Is that something you can talk about?
Yeah, I can, of course, talk about it. Um, First of all, one of the most challenging things for any business is to merge companies when they come together. It sounds so easy, but it is really, really challenging. And the key to it is great people that align and work hard in the same direction. Now, that probably sounds a little bit fruity, but it is. And what I will tell you is the first step in that is the people. So Donnie, Russell, Danielle, Emily, Dan, the names go on and on. The team is unflappable. They are all about athletic directors. They have the same mission and vision that did the hometown team. And so it was an easy decision to fight to acquire and bring them into the family. In fact, they picked us for the exact same reason. They had a lot of companies that wanted them and they picked us, and they picked us because we share that same vision. So the first step is great people, shared vision. And Russell is taken over all of our product. He's accountable for the future and the vision of the product of all of hometown. And Donnie runs all of our marketing organization. So they are now core to the fabric of who we are. So then it leads to the next part of your question, which is, well, what happens next with the stuff that we have? And at the end of the day, right, businesses need to operate in an efficient way. And so our goal was to honor our culture and our vision, which was all about saving time and creating efficiency for athletic directors. And how could we then leverage the two platforms to do that? The first thing we realized was we needed to say to everybody, there's no immediate changes. Nothing's happening. If you use Hometown, it's going to keep being Hometown. If you use Ticket Spicket, it's going to keep being Ticket Spicket. Prices might be different, capabilities are different, but don't worry, nothing is going to be forced on you. Keep moving forward. And then in the meantime, behind the scenes, our two teams have started to come together. I say started some time ago, and started to ask ourselves the question, what are all the things that we love about the hometown side? What are the things we love about the Ticket Spicket side? What are the things we don't love about the hometown side and the ticket spigot side? And let's take the positive check marks and decide that's going to be our future and throw away the X's. And so the vision for the future is an upgraded platform where the two merge together and we bring the best of both platforms so that everyone gets what they love today and the platform that they have. But we ultimately only need to maintain and operate one platform into the future. And we're doing that very slowly because we do not, as I said, want to disrupt any experience that an AD has. Our job is not to make their life harder, it's to make them easier. And so what's exciting is this summer we'll be showing that upgraded experience and begin showing evolution in that direction. So a lot of people working in that way, honoring what we have both been and making sure that we deliver better in the future.
Well, and again, I think a lot of people are, waiting for that. They're excited to see how it's going to move forward. Um, again, you mentioned that you're new to the hometown team, sort of, but since you've been on, what are some of the things that have really impressed you beyond the people? Of course, the people are the backbone of any organization, but what sticks out for you about this particular business?
Yeah. Well, what I loved about it personally, a couple things. The people, and again, it's cliche, they are amazing, but I'm going to leave it at that. The next step is it's customers. I don't even want to call them customers, our partners, right? The schools, the associations that we do business with. We are doing business with partners that picked us. They wanted our philosophy, they wanted the reputation, they wanted the trust they had with their salesperson, their support team. They wanted the products and services that we offered. We have a rabid fan base. I mean, it's so exciting, right? It's like when an AD walks into the biggest game of the season and sees the fans screaming for their mascot. We have the same, and I love that. And those are the sorts of ingredients that make for a fantastic business, not only today, but in the future. And so it's the combination of both great fans, great employees, and then we just kind of bring those things together and push them forward in the future, and we'll just keep getting better.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up that the concept of partnership. As I mentioned, I've talked to a lot of athletic directors across the country, not just ones who have been on this podcast, which is well over 400, but many more. And that's something that I hear again and again from the school-based AD is the partnership that they feel with their hometown ticketing success manager. I think it's very close to being unique in the industry. What are your feelings about that?
Yeah.
And maybe you just already talked about that. Yeah.
No. There's a secret sauce back there. And it is both a wonderful thing and a challenging thing, I will tell you. Um, the company, well before I started, and I honor it and want to carry it forward, we hire great people that care, that are passionate, that understand, that have experience. Many, well, not many, some are athletic directors, but many have been high school coaches. They've been athletes themselves. I mean, they understand the environment and they all want better. But what's hard about that is it's expensive. I mean, to be honest with you, we've got a huge team of people that are available and support all of our partners, and we love doing it, but it's expensive. And so as a result, for those in the marketplace, you probably our customers generally will say, we're not the cheapest. We are a good 25 cents more expensive per ticket than most of our competition. And there are days that I wish we weren't because I know that budgets are tight and fans don't want to pay more than they have to, and athletic directors don't want to tell their fans they have to pay more. But it costs a lot of money to hire people that care and that are going to do that work. And so, frankly, to sum it up, the commitment has always been, we know schools and districts need attention, need help, need leadership, need a client success passion, and we want to invest for them. And quite frankly, it's the schools and districts that I guess see that and appreciate that, realize that the premium that we cost benefits us in that way, and that's how we deliver it. It's hard at times when schools struggle with that additional price, but we try to show them that we deliver more value and it's worth it in the end.
Yeah, and you just mentioned the key word value. Okay, cheap refers to price. Is it cheaper? Okay. Well, okay, yeah, it's cheaper, but
Yeah,
what's the value in that? What level of quality are you
yeah.
getting? Okay. Matt, I could keep you on here for a long time here. Enjoy talking with you, but you got to run a company. If one of our listeners wants to find out more, I know the website is hometownticketing.com. But let's say they want to they want to go right to the top. If somebody wants
Yeah.
to reach out and pick your brain a little bit, what's the best way they get a hold of you?
Well, let me tell you something. This doesn't happen often enough. I am too far removed from our customers. I speak with them at conferences. I do get on the phone with them from time to time, but I get stuck in the muck sometimes, and I love hearing from them. So my personal email address is matt@hometownticketing.com. And I want to hear, right? Questions, comments, anything. I'm open and I look forward to hearing from them.
All right, there you go, listeners. Matt at hometownticketing.com. You got a pipeline straight to the CEO. How often does that happen? Matt, thanks so much for sharing with our listeners today, and all the best moving forward. Again, for our listeners, we're recording this on June 16th, so it's going to be very timely when you hear this. I'm hoping it's not going to be all the way until December at the NIAAA National Conference. Hopefully, Matt, you and I can cross paths before then, but if not, let's definitely get together in Orlando.
Thank you, Jake.
Okay. For our listeners, we do this every single week and we appreciate you listening. We also upload the Zoom videos to the Educational AD Podcast YouTube channel. Come back next week for another great tech tip and just about every day for new content on the Educational AD Podcast. We'll see you next time. We want to thank HomeTown and all of our sponsors for their support. That includes Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. Go to athleticsurveys.com. Huddle, as a football coach, as an AD, we used Huddle. Go to huddle.com. You'll be very impressed with what they can do. Vital Signs Wall of Fame, turn your school's legacy to life. VitalSignsWallOfFame.com. We want to thank Gipper. Go to Gipper.com, start creating custom content for your school's social media channel. We also want to thank Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com for more information. Home Campus is the exclusive platform for student athlete clearance and eligibility and a lot more. Go to homecampus.com to get signed up. District 1, that's WON, provides you with quality custom uniforms, quick turnaround on shipping, and one-at-a-time replacements. Go to district1.com. And Snap Mobile. Go to snapraise.com. Check out the entire Snap Mobile platform. Find it all at snapraise.com. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you next time on Tech Tips on the Educational AD Podcast.